Welcome to your 3-week 60-up balance board program. Let me introduce you to Bob Eubanks.
Nice to be here, really. I'm so excited about this because I remember talking to you and I said, Dan, I need to work on everyday things, not so much big muscle stuff, but everyday things. Because I had fallen down several times. I couldn't go up and down stairs. I had trouble getting up out of a chair without help. I couldn't get in and out of a car. And Dan changed my life. He developed over the next few weeks this balance board, and I can't tell you how important it was to me and what it has done to my life, because I love the line, we're living longer, but we gotta live better too. And that's what I hope I'm doing.
First, I want to give some safety tips.
Okay.
Before you start in here, make sure that you have somebody with you to support you when you first start on this program.
Right.
Make sure also that you've hydrated. Have you drunk this morning, Bob?
I did. I had a lot of water this morning.
Okay, so important to get the maximum benefit. Are you wearing soft-soled rubber shoes?
I'm wearing soft-soled rubber shoes.
Really important for your grip on the board. And make sure that the board is placed either on carpet or a non-slip mat. So make sure when you step on the board, the poles are there to support your own strength, and don't put all your weight onto the poles. But if you begin to feel unsafe, step off of the board and recover your balance off of the board. Most importantly, if you begin to get tired or it's time for you to take a little bit of a break, step off of the board and recover and come back and join in the program. Okay, first thing we want to do is the tapping behind the one. Now I know you've done this a lot of times.
Oh, I remember.
So why don't you step on, tap your right foot behind the number one.
One, and
Good.
then back.
And left foot.
And it's okay to look down, by the way, on these, because it's important that you learn to keep your balance.
Make sure the leg that you're standing on is solid, because
Yes.
the board shouldn't be touching the side. Just a nice little tap on the board. Keep going. Let's go another few times. Good. And tap. Give me two more. One on the right and one on the left.
I can remember, Dan, when you first showed this to me, I said, well, that looks easy. And then I tried it, and it wasn't.
Okay, last one on the left foot.
Yes.
And come back. Now we're going to change the balance of the body by now doing exactly the same exercise, but you're going to tap behind the number three.
Okay.
Yep. So right foot behind
there.
number three, good. And left foot number three. Now as you notice, as you lean, you'll see the body is leaning a little bit more to the side. And what's really important here is the leg that Bob's standing on. As he goes to step with his left foot, you'll notice his right leg is really the one that's doing the work. So feel really solid and safe on the ground and allow your leg to move and tap. Go one more each side, Bob. Excellent. One more on the left. Good, excellent, and we can rest here.
Okay.
How you feeling?
It's always a wonderful challenge, I can tell you that, but it's so good.
That's excellent. Okay, so let's move on to the next exercise. Okay, we're gonna do the step push. Put your right foot right in the middle of the board, they are good, and push down onto that foot, good. Don't lean too much on the poles and push back.
Yeah, boy, you can really feel it in the leg on the board.
Excellent, let's try the left foot. Good, keep that balance, board stays in the center and push back again.
It's important for me to keep my head up when I do that.
Yeah, now
Helps
it's
my
good.
balance.
It's good to look down when you put your
but
foot
then
on,
look up.
and then look up and push back. Let's go
Right.
one more time on the left-hand side. Good, and go one more for strengthening. Excellent. Bob's doing great. He's getting his eyes up and really feeling the strength in the leg, especially as he pushes back. We're developing the strength in the thigh muscle.
I'm much better on the right foot than I am the left foot. I just want you to know that.
And that's one of the things that's important. This board helps develop both sides of the body. You're not dominant on one. We're going to strengthen both sides. So the next one I want you to do, Bob, is now step behind the number two with your right foot. Let the board touch the ground. And exactly the same thing. Bend that knee and feel that pressure. Good, and push back. Let's go on to the left side and try it on the left. Left foot behind the number two, push down. Now look up as you get pushed back. Good, and push back. Good, and go on to the right-hand side. Excellent, feel that push.
Oh, do I feel it?
Good. Let's go one more time on the left-hand side. Good, now do you have the strength to go one more time?
Sure.
Let's do it one more time, excellent. There's the right, and push back on the left. Good, excellent. And come back and stand behind. How do you feel?
Good.
Good, you look great doing it.
Thank you.
So a couple of the tips we want to make sure that we're doing here is make sure that you watch your foot placement, step onto the board, push back, and find your balance before you change feet.
You know, when I first started, I will tell you, I would go like this, and then I would come back and go like that, you see. This is teaching me to strengthen my muscles and then get to a balanced position afterwards. And I think that's important.
Give me two more.
Two more.
Good, and the great thing about this is it's important that you keep to your level. Do more if you feel you can do more. Do less if you're beginning to get a little bit tired, but you'll build your own program for your body. One more, Bob. Give me one more on the left. Excellent. Okay, so next exercise we're going to go to is the step lift. Step your foot on the number 2.
Number 2.
There you go. And what you do is lift your left foot off behind you and then step back and change sides. Now do the same exercise with your left. Excellent. And keep going. Now, one of the things that I'm looking at as Bob is doing this is to make sure that his body is not going in front of the handles. It's important that as he steps up, his body is in a line with his foot through his knee and all the way up to his shoulder. Excellent, Bob. Good. So as you're lifting your leg behind you, you'll feel the hamstring activating.
Well, you're not kidding.
Excellent. One more each side. Looking good. And keep your eyes up as you step. Look, see, get your eyes up, see the world around you and come down. Excellent. Now, how you feeling?
Good.
You ready to go into the next exercise?
Sure, let's do it.
So the next exercise we have is the single leg balance. This one's really important for strengthening your whole stability muscles all the way from your feet, all the way up through your core. Okay, Bob, what I want you to do is find your right foot right in the middle of the red mark. Make sure that the board is in the center. Now what I want you to do is stand up and find that balance. You'll feel the board moving side to side, and the beauty of this exercise is your feet are interacting left and right, big toe, little toe, your ankle's super tight. Can you feel it in your calf, Bob?
Oh yeah, very much so.
Excellent, and step off. Let's try it on the left foot. Find the middle of that board first.
Find the middle first.
Yep.
Okay, and then
Good.
Up I go.
Yep. And you'll feel the board begins to move left and right, but it's so subtle, but those are the pressure points we want to feel and your brain correct. So when you're out walking in the street and you feel a little bit to one side or the other, you can correct before anything happens.
Yes.
Good, let's go right foot again. Looking good. Now the nice thing is step off, Bob, let's go left side again. The nice thing here is if the board does go to the side, and step on left foot, Bob, the board does begin to rock, you're safe. It's not going to tip over, so trust the strength of your body. It is there. Excellent.
You see, this is a perfect example of how it's easier for me to do this one than it was when I did 30 seconds ago. I mean, it's just amazing how quickly your body can adjust.
Excellent. One more each side. So I suggest, again, taking this exercise really slow. Don't rush through it and make sure you find your balance point. It's better to do 1 rep perfectly and feel strong than to do 3 or 4 and be wobbling and get off the board too quickly because you want to do numbers. Find your center and be strong. Last one,
Okay,
Bob.
now, when you say find your balance, you mean you want the board not to touch on either side. It has to be right in the center, right?
100%.
Okay.
Good, and step back off. How you feeling?
Good.
Just shake your legs out a little bit, loosen them up because those muscles have been working.
Yep. If you are consistent in using this board, it's amazing what happens. Let's go again.
Okay.
Yep.
Next one we're going to do is the rock and balance. I love this exercise, and this is why I tell you, Bob, to watch TV and do this one
Yes.
relaxed. Step up on number 2 with your right foot and number 2 with your left foot. There you go. And what you're doing, looking up and feeling the pressure as you're rocking side to side. We're just going to rock for about 10-15 seconds in here.
Just rock side to side?
Yes, all I want you to do, Bob, is just rock side to side because we want to get comfortable with the feeling. Have fun with this.
Yeah.
This is a really fun exercise. The rocking takes you back to this really safe feeling.
It is
Good.
safe, yes.
Now, Bob, what I want you to do is speed up now. Show off how fast you are. There you go. So now what we're doing is we're interacting as the board touches, the muscles are reacting really quick, left and right, to correct your balance and push the other side. Good. Now go soft touches. As soon as it touches, go the other way. So soft and soft. The importance of this one is reacting instantaneously. As soon as the board touches the side, you push the other way immediately as well. Good.
Yes.
Now comes the challenge.
All right, what
What's
do
the
you want?
challenge?
You tell me.
Find the balance. You just did it.
Oh.
Tell us about the first time, Bob, that you tried to find your balance.
The first time I tried to find my balance, I got depressed because I just couldn't. My legs were shaking, and I realized that that's what happens to me out on the road, out on the street. You know, I would get shaky in my legs. But it's amazing. That's all I can tell you.
So let me give you one more test. Rock side to side, let the board touch the left and right. Now find your balance as quick as you can. Excellent. Okay, so what I want you to do is step back off of the board, push down on your left foot. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same thing. Step on 3 and 3. I'm going to do this one a little quicker. So there's 3 and 3. All I want you to do is rock side to side. Now, the reason you want to change the foot placement is we're working more the inside of the thighs now because we want to strengthen up every aspect of the legs. And at the same time, we're feeling the pressure a little bit more on the big toe and on the inside of the foot. Is that correct, Bob?
Yep, I can really feel a difference too. This is on the inside of my leg.
Getting stronger.
Yep.
So what do we do? Go a little bit faster. We're going to go through these really quick now because it's just about your brain active. And now go soft.
God, I would never do that before.
Good, there's the soft. And now find your balance.
Found it.
Good, and rock again. There, go soft. Good, there you go. So this is softly touching on the left because we want to, again, make sure that the muscles are feeling the changes the body needs to be balanced. Good, now find your balance. As you do this, your legs begin to grip, you get a dynamic tension in the muscles, which is strengthening, and this really is on the inside of the thighs.
And you know what I find too, is it's easier to find your balance if you keep your head up, because you're depending upon your legs to find that balance. If I look down like this, then it's more difficult. So if you keep your head up, it's easier to find your balance, I find.
Good, so push on the left side, step off with the right foot. Good, and last one we're gonna do. Are you ready for the last challenge?
Yep.
Okay, let's step up on 1 and 1. So your right foot goes to number 1 and your left foot goes to number 1. Good, find your comfort zone in there. You always want to be comfortable and start rocking side to side. So what you'll feel on this one is it's more the outside of the thighs. We've now done a 360. Yeah. We've now worked on all the muscles on the front and the quad, pushing side to side, and it's a little bit more of the hip movement as well. Good, go a little bit faster. What I like about the faster one is it hits and it hits and it hits, and so those muscles are reacting really fast to the change.
And when I first started this, Dan, you remember, I couldn't do this.
I was like holding Bob like this and stuff.
It's so wonderful.
How quick was it before you started that you were able to feel confident?
Real quick, just a few sessions, really.
Good, and now find your balance on 1. Excellent, and that's given us the full front of the quad or the front of the thigh muscle workout. Bob, push your left foot down, step off with your right foot, and step back with the left, and there we are. Whew, great job on that one.
Thank you.
The next exercise we're gonna have is the rock and lift. It's very similar to the exercise we did, but we're now gonna be putting the weight on 1 foot only. So I want you to step number 2, your right foot on number 2, put your left foot on number 2 as well. What you do is just rock side to side, and every time the board touches the ground, lift the opposite leg. So push on the right and lift your left leg. Push on the left, lift your right leg. Push on your right, lift your left leg. Good, and keep doing that, Bob. What are you feeling right now?
I feel it in my upper thighs, for one thing, and it just feels good. It makes you feel safe, because you know that if you're out on the street and something like this would happen, that you can handle it. It's fascinating.
What I love about this one as well, having seen you go through this program and the change it made, is giving you the confidence to stand on 1 leg on a board that's slightly off balance and never worry about where your strength is. And I've seen this is a huge progression. Okay, let's move. Put your right foot to number 3, put your left leg to number 3, and exactly the same movement, just push on the side and lift the leg, push on the side, lift the leg. So now what we've got here with a wider stance is we're strengthening the body more on the outside of the change of the balance. So it's really important with this wide stance. We're going here, but really important point, Bob. Bob's a tall, strong guy. If you're shorter and don't have quite so long legs, you don't have to go all the way to the 3. You might go to a 2.5 or a 2, depending. So make sure the board fits you and that you're comfortable with the foot placement. Good, okay, let's go on to the last challenge.
Okay.
1 and 1.
1 and 1.
Now this exercise is pretty cool. Just lift your left foot up, Bob, once you found your balance.
Get on 1, okay, got my balance.
Good, left foot comes up, constantly changing the feet, and the board will touch the ground, but you'll notice on this one, it's really quick. The change, instead of being the slow 3 and 3, this is a quick little sharp movement, again, connecting the brain to what the body needs and reacting quickly. You're doing fantastic, Bob. Notice how Bob's looking up as well when he's doing this. You can always look down and check your foot placement, but once you feel good and you're in a rhythm, get those eyes up.
See, that's one of the things that really helped me, because I was walking like that, for crying out loud, when I didn't have the balance. And by working with this and keeping my head up, finding balance, I have the confidence now out on the street.
That goes back to the old adage, right? Where you look is where you go. We were talking about this actually just yesterday.
Yes.
If you look down, you're going to go down.
Exactly.
So keep your head up, stay up, and see the world around you.
Makes all the difference in the world.
Good, Bob. And push with the left, step off with the right. Perfect. Come back, just shake those legs out again. Good. And this is the last exercise we're going to be doing.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go onto the forward and back rock. So step to the left of the board. Now this one's really important to do correctly. Start with your left hand on the pole.
Right.
I want you to step your right foot onto the red mark at the back. A little bit more on the board. Make sure your foot is fully on the board as a safety tip. Now, Bob, I want you to step up, put your left leg by the number 3 of the opposite end of the board. There you are, good. And feel balanced and stable on your 2 legs. Now, rock forward by pushing on your left leg, and you'll notice the back heel will come up. Now push back and rock. Good. All I want you to do is just rock that. You don't want to lean your body back. You want to keep your legs pushing. So put your number 3 foot forward again. Good, and push. Now keep your body between the poles. Just push with the right leg. Good, push with the left leg. Good, don't lean back onto the back leg. As you're going back here, keep your body forward in front. Don't lean in front of the pole, but make sure that as you're going, keep your body closer to that front pole so it's your legs that are working. There you go, and push. Keep your weight on the left foot as well, Bob. So even when you push back, you keep weight on that left leg. They are good. Now, here comes the challenge. Find your balance. This is great because your brain has to have exactly the right pressure on your left and right foot to be able to find that balance point. You're really working on specifics, and this is tough. This is really tough to do. Doing good. Put a little bit more pressure on that left foot, just a little bit. Good, and hold it, keep breathing. There's one thing as well, keep breathing. You want to oxygenate that brain and that body while it's working. Good, now push forward onto your left foot so the board touches the ground forward. Bring your right leg to the left and then step off to the side. Good, let's go to the other side.
Okay.
Good, so again, shake those legs out, feel nice and relaxed. How you feeling?
Okay.
Good, good. We're going to start now with the left foot coming onto the red mark. Good, make sure the foot's fully on the board. Now you're going to step up and bring your right foot by there. Good. Now again, rocking back and forth, putting the pressure on your front leg. Good, and don't lean back. Make sure it's just the legs that are pushing. And push the back leg, but keep your body forward. And push, and push, and push. Good, excellent. Now if you notice in here, Bob's got his head up, he's not looking down. The board is safe to be able to touch the ground, so trust the board. But make sure that your body stays between the 2 poles, and that when you're pushing back, you're not leaning back. You want to keep your body upright as you're going. Perfect. How you feeling, Bob?
Good.
Well, let's find out how good. Find your balance. Okay, you were right. You're feeling good. And I need to challenge you again. Let's go again. Rock forward and back. As soon as I say go, I want you to find your balance. You feeling nervous?
Nervous? No, I'm not nervous.
There you go. Okay, and find your balance. Go. As soon as you can. Good. Keep the pressure right and left. And you'll be able to feel in here, just a little bit more pressure on the right leg or the left leg will help balance the board up, and you're strengthening the muscles at the same time, which is great. Good, Bob. And bring your left foot next to your right foot and step off to the side. Come back to the middle. Put your hands back on the poles, and this is how we always like to finish the exercise.
Makes me sweat.
Oh, you're sweating.
Yeah.
And we always like to finish the exercises back in a center position with both hands on the poles. That helps us find our center again and ready to move on. So Bob, you've had a heck of a workout today.
Woo, boy.
It's really important you govern your own body. If you need to stop at any point, go and get water. When we're training together, Bob will often stop and say, hey, I need a drink of water. We always stop. Never push it past the point of getting the water when you need it.
And there are times that in the middle of it, I will sit down for a few minutes just to make myself feel strong again. And that helped me also.
Yeah, it's really important. Listen to your body. And if you need to get off or you need to stop or you need to go drink, make sure you do it. Okay, so now that you've hydrated, we're ready to cool down.
Okay.
Okay, so what we want to do here, hold on to the poles.
Yes.
All I want you doing, just nice and easy, just lifting both knees, just up and down. This is preparing you to go out now and live your daily life, just walking down the street, making sure that the hip flexors are getting stronger, because as much as we use the board is only there to get outside and live. Great. We want to stretch out the calves. So push the board to the right-hand side so it touches the ground. Now place your foot where the toe is on the board and the heel is on the ground and stretch out that calf muscle. There you go. And push the heel to the ground and just feel, there you are. Just stay in that position.
Oh boy.
Just stay in that position. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so change feet. What we do is push the board to the ground first so you feel it solid. Now put the foot on the board. Now as you're doing that, Bob, look left and right. Because again, we want to make sure that you're getting used to looking left and right as you're working your muscles out. Good. One more time on the right side. Push the board to the ground. Come back again.
That gets the calf.
Good. And push the board to the ground first. So the board goes. The board's solid on the ground. Then you step onto the board to make sure that you're really comfortable and balanced in there without the board moving and shaking.
And
good.
You can really feel your calf muscles being stretched when you do this too.
One of the things as well, notice as Bob's doing it, he's not hunched over, he's actually looking really strong and keeping his upper body up. So the next thing we want to stretch is the hamstrings. Remember when you were stepping up and lifting your leg behind, the hamstrings were working? We want to stretch them. So take a little bit of a step back away from the board, but keep holding onto the handles. Now, with your legs straight, just stick your butt out and bend forward. And as you're doing this, you'll feel the hamstring, back of the leg stretching. We want to make sure we keep supple because suppleness is also relative to mobility.
It also helps my lower back. I feel it stretching there too.
Excellent.
That's really good.
Go one more. If you want to get more of a stretch, you're moving back into here, or you can move your hands down the handles, but again, they'll give you more of a stretch, but hold onto those handles because they'll help you come back up again. So use those hands, Bob, and bring yourself back up again and step closer to the board. Now shake your legs out. It's always good to shake after you've stretched a little bit just to loosen the muscles. How about the quads? How are your quads feeling?
Everything feels stretched.
Stretched?
Yep.
Okay, so let's make sure the quads, because we did the inside, the middle, and the outside.
Right.
Let's make sure in here. So what we do is just do little butt kicks in here. Even though it's a very simple action, try and get your heel to come as close to your butt as possible. What you're getting is a stretch down the front of the quad as you're in here.
Yeah.
The muscles stretching in here. Good. Just give me a couple more. Good. Keep looking up as you're doing those. Feel that balance. Good. Put both feet on the ground. Now it's really important in here that you roll the ankles. So put your weight on your left leg. And all I want you to do is roll your knee inside. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now stop and roll it from the outside to the in. 1, 2, 3. And do the same on the left-hand side. Roll it out to in. It's really good on the ankle roll because we want to keep supple in the foot as it's rolling around, the foot's moving, and the ankle, because flexibility is really important to stability. Okay, last exercise, Bob.
Yes.
All I want you to do here, just shake your legs.
Oh, okay.
Just shake them out, feel nice and relaxed. If you're feeling comfortable, you can take your hands off, but make sure at any point, if you need to grab the handles, they're there to help you. Good. And your muscles now should feel nicely stretched, relaxed, and it's really important in a cool down that you're bringing the heart rate down and getting yourself prepared for the rest of the day.
As you know better than anybody, this apparatus changed my life, and it can change your life too.